Well, hi there, Internet. My name's Court. You've got courtside seats for my review of the brand new video on demand release, Beneath the Leaves. Let's do it. Beneath the Leaves is a thriller film from director Adam Marino and Vertical Entertainment. The movie stars Mira Sorvino, Kristoffer Polaha, Doug Jones, Aaron Farb, Blain, Backus, Christopher Masterson, and Paul Sorvino. 4 small-town boys are kidnapped by James Whitley, a warm-eyed psychopath. 20 years later, the incarcerated Whitley flees during a prison fire and decides to see his mission through. I don't want to do this. I don't like trashing movies. I do my best to always try and find something to appreciate about every movie. And I love Doug Jones. I think he's a really good actor. And he's liked a couple of my posts on Instagram, so he's basically my best friend. And he just seems like a lovely guy. But there is no point in me doing what I do if I'm not going to be honest. So I'm going to be honest, this movie is horrendous. So let's talk about it. There will be some very mild spoilers in this video. Very mild, nothing crazy, don't worry about it. Now, I should say this is the director's first feature, so maybe we should cut him a bit of slack. But honestly, this movie feels so amateur, it comes across as a student film. The action and fight scenes are poorly choreographed and shot. They're stunted, they lack any kind of urgency, and they look like a high school play where I'm the guy who's doing the fighting. Now, to talk about some of the cast, my best friend Doug Jones is really good in the film. He's not in it very much, but he's genuinely creepy, and it's just cool to see him in the flesh, not covered in prosthetics and being all like this, you know what I'm saying? Mira Sorvino, I think, is a very talented actress, and she is trying so hard here. And she has one scene where she's like really good, but she's not given much to work with the script, and I feel bad for her for that. Now, Paul Sorvino, who is a legend, he's relegated to a tertiary character where he's not really given anything to do, and he was probably on set for like a couple of days. Now, I will say the opening sequence is probably the finest part of the entire film. It's really heavy, it's really visceral, it's very powerful, it's well acted, and then after that, the movie just kind of totally falls off the rails. And this movie has some very, very heavy themes, and then there's a cop character in this movie who's an absolute goofball. I get it, you need some levity in a movie like this, but a full-blown goofball? Really? It's like every time this guy speaks, I expect as soon as his line's done, it's gonna go dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. There is a scene where the cops go to a motel because they're looking for a missing person. And they look at the logbook, and the name in the logbook is Peter Piper. And this goofball cop goes, "That's a pseudonym." You think? Now, to the movie's credit, Mira Sorvino's character then says, "You think?" But yeah, you think? Did you have to have that line at all? Why? And this is gonna sound like such a nitpick, but it really does illustrate how poorly this film is made. There is a scene where a guy takes a bite of an apple, and the sound effect of the crunch of the apple was so loud in the mix. It's like a medium wide shot. So like as the audience, we're a few feet away from the character and he takes a bite of this apple and it was so loud in the mix, it sounded like it came from an ASMR video for like apple fetishists. It was so bizarre and I was like, surely I didn't hear that right. Rewound it, checked it again. It's brutal. And right after that, the cops get back in their car, and now it's sort of a race against time to catch the bad guy before something really horrible happens, right? And Mira Sorvino says to the goofball cop, she's like, "What kind of apple was that?" And he's like, "Oh, it was this kind of apple." And she's like, "Right, and what kind of tree does that type of apple come from?" And he's like, "This kind of tree." And she's like, "Right, and what is the only orchard in the city that grows that kind of tree?" And he's like, "It's that orchard." She's like, "Yes, let's go." It's a race against time to save lives. Why are you giving this guy riddles right now? You know the answer. Just go. Maybe time for riddles later. Look, I could go on and on about this movie for an hour, but I don't think there's a point in just beating the dead horse over and over and over. I think you get the point. I don't recommend this movie at all. Now, I don't have a proprietary rating system as of yet, so I'm just trying to figure out what I'm gonna give Beneath the Leaves, and I think I'm gonna give Beneath the Leaves a out of 10. So now I want to know, have you seen Beneath the Leaves? What did you think about it? Am I being way too harsh? I don't think that I am. And if not, what's your favorite Doug Jones role ever? Whatever your thoughts, hit the comments below. Let's discuss. If you enjoyed this review, please smash that like button and give it a share if you really enjoyed it. And hey, why not take a second, do me a favor, click subscribe and ring that bell to subscribe to my channel for more movie reviews, entertainment news, trailer reactions, all that good stuff. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.